This is the story of Demetria Denise Hill, who disappeared after a chance encounter with a complete stranger. 9 months passed before her skeletal remains were found, charred and mangled, in the woods behind Poplar Spring United Methodist Church. This story was covered by many local news channels, and here today, with more in-depth details, is Demetria's mother, Sharon Williams, who has already sat down with relentless host Kate Snow, Vanished, with Beth Halloway, and People Magazine's Alex Tresniowski and Steve Helling decades ago, but now she's back on the road to tell her story about Demetria's life and the events that led up to her disappearance, confronting the suspect in question and the aftermath like it's never been told before.
My name is Sharon Williams, and I had a daughter. I had 2 kids. I had a son and a daughter. My daughter, Demetria Hill, she was a sweet girl. And my daughter was 19 years old. She had a little boy. Her little boy was 3 years old. Let me tell you something. One thing about it. She was, I'm going to put it, she ain't do nothing. Drink, smoke, nothing. I'm going to tell you, my daughter, she would be lit out pretty to me. And he was good. She good. In school, she good. They was always picking up. They would call me little black boy when I come up in school. But and she was the type of person. My daughter, she didn't come out the house. Didi was, she was a sweet girl. Very sweet, loving girl. She was very quiet, and all of a sudden one day, she wanted to get out of the house and meet her girlfriend at the gas station. And she didn't hardly leave the house over. That's why I could understand why her girlfriend called her to meet her at the gas station. So my daughter went to the gas station. So I stayed in Hampton Oaks Apartments on Chattanooga Avenue. So I had drove to the lady read me Liz. I went to her house, and I saw my daughter on the side of the curb over there walking toward the Shell gas station. I didn't think nothing about it. She was 19 years old. So when she met her girlfriend at the gas station, this guy approached my daughter, asked did she want to go out to eat. So she went to her girlfriend and told her, she said, I just met this guy and he wanted to take us out to eat. So they went around. Tab came back and told me everything happened. So Tab called me, asked me had I saw Demetria. Because she said, we got in this car with this guy named Joseph J. Brown. We got in the car with him. And he took us, we went riding, bought us something to eat. And, okay, so she had me out of saying. I said, no, it's been 4 days. Because I knew it wasn't like my daughter to go without checking on her son. He was just 3 years old. So Tab said, they went out riding. She said, Tab gave me the whole story. She said, Joseph, she said, my daughter asked Joseph, can she drive his car? So at that point, he on the passenger side, my daughter driving and Tab, her girlfriend in the back. So she said, her girlfriend asked her, can you take me back to my grandma's house? So my daughter driving, my daughter took her girlfriend to her grandma's house to get something out. So Didi, they call her Didi for short, Didi started begging out the driveway. So Tia said, Didi, where you been go? She said, oh girl, I'll be back to pick you up. Give me about 5, 10, 15 minutes. So Tara told me, she gave me the whole story. She said, I called Didi. Said, Didi, where you at? Oh, I'm at the guy house. And Tara said, Didi, why you at the guy house? You just met him. She said, oh, girl, it's okay. Give me about 15 minutes, I'll be back. My daughter never came back. So, I was there. My daughter never came back. And he was driving a jet black Camaro T-top. We had a friend of the family, a guy, friend of the family. I told Lonnie, his name was Lonnie. I said, Lonnie, if we had the word out on the street, if you ever see him, let me know. So Lonnie, he was a friend of the family. He called us one day. He said, that car, I said, it's a jet black Camaro T-top. He said, when I told him that, he said, that car here. When he told us, my family did that car there, we all got, my stepmom, my ex, all of got in the car. One day, the car was gone. Car was gone. Okay, now, so after that, we were just like in a limbo. We didn't know. When I found out the whole situation, he was the type of man that assault women, all this kind of stuff. I found that later on. So, but the girl that he had kidnapped before, she said, this same guy. She took how I found the house that he took my daughter to was the same house that he took this other girl to, but he let her go for some reason. I don't know. But that's how I found out where he stayed at. So once, the girl, it was another girl that said he did her the same way. Samantha, I think her name. Samantha had told her where he stayed, but she said he picked her up one day. She said he picked her up. So when he picked her up, I said, okay, I just jumped. I said, okay. She gave me a tag number. So I had 2 detectives working my case. Detective O'Neill and the other lady, but he was working. So he told me, what's her name? Her name was he told me, he said, so when I got a tag number, I took them, he told me, when he put up in the street, he said, this is a woman car. So he was staying with a woman on Cascade Road. That was her car, but he was driving her car and picked my daughter up, and then he took my daughter to the house where he was staying with another woman. Okay, now, so Detective O'Neill, that was named Detective O'Neill, he came to Miss Leah's house. He told me, he said, we working on the case. That man came, walked in the door, he said, we working on the case best we can. Wait, hold, let me tell you something. I know there's a lot of missing people in the world. I know y'all gotta go and get sleep, but one thing about it, that's mine, that's my blood. I'm gonna look for mine. Okay, y'all go home and get some sleep. Y'all go home to y'all family, but this is my family. I ain't gonna sleep till I found them. That's why I got a story, because I found them. I'm not being discredited. I know, but I'm gonna find mine. That's my child right there. I'm gonna look for my child. My daughter was number 19 years old, had a little boy 3 years old. And total stranger, I wasn't gonna step that. No, I did my own investigation. I went out there and said, look, that's my child, that's my blood. I know y'all got it's a lot of missing folks in the world, but I'm gonna take this in my hands and look for my own child. Okay? Now, then, okay. I was working on a job, doing a ticket booth, working in a ticket booth. And I said, oh no, my daughter missing. Why am I working? I don't know my daughter. So it clicked in my mind. So I left my job Cause I was working at the ticket booth. I went and confirmed. I was at work one day. Oh, no. I was ticket booth back long time. AAA. You know, with ticket booth. So I'm sitting here like this. How can I be at work? I don't even know where my child is. I got out of work. I left work. I walked out. And then when I went to his house, I went to his house because I already knew where he stayed at. I confronted that nigga. I said, on guard. I confronted him. That mother opened the door. He was there. I said, man, where my child at? You know he told me. He said, come here like this. On guard. So I stepped in. He said, look, y'all don't run my reputation. Y'all don't mess with me. I don't know. I said, okay, I left out. When I got in the car, that nigga ran out and wrote my tag number down. And then he called my detective, Detective Pillow. He called her and said, now Detective Pillow come call me. She said, Miss Williams, don't do that. You're going to mess up the case. I said, Detective Pillow, let me tell you something. You think that's something? I should have blow his brains out. She said, Miss Williams, don't go back having more. That was it. And then, what's the boy about it? I say, I have claustrophobia. I can't go to prison because, but I got to get him. But only thing about it, I can't be closed in prison. But guess what? Is it worth it? I'm just trying to find out. This shit is eating me up. People don't know. I sit around and do this. I'm suffering. Because it's my blood. She came from me. The blood that runs through her vein runs through mine. And this fucking monster right here, this bitch right here, you ain't have no right to kill my daughter. Didn't know nothing about a total stranger. Who do that? You gotta be a fucking psycho. You gotta be fucking sick in the head. Why? Why you kill her? Why? I'm just saying, why did you kill her? Tell me why. What's wrong with you? Is you fucked in the head? Now, I'm putting it on camera. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. Nigga, I'm gonna tell you what I feel. Okay? She a female. You mad because you don't want to fuck. You want... No, I ain't gonna say. You mad? Leave me alone. I already know. Okay. Listen. Tam. They went up there to the Sharon gas station. Sharon on MLK. He approached her. Yeah, what is it now? Texaco. Yeah, Shell. It was a Shell gas station. Okay. Now, I had some kind of feeling. I wonder why she would let her girlfriend. Why would you? I don't know. I might be psychological, but I won't go by my grandma's house. And you leave your friend in a car with a total stranger. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. 9 months went past by. My detective called me on the phone. I had 2 detectives working my case. I had Detective O'Neill, then I had, I can't think of her name. She was in homicide. So, she called me, one day. She said, Miss Williams, don't get upset. We found some remains, okay, on foot industrial. She said, what I'm going to do, Miss Williams, in the morning, I'm going to because I always kept my children's teeth, you know. I'm going to go get her dental records. So she went and got her dental records. And she come back next morning, she said, Miss Williams, I'm going to come back and pick you up. They took me to the medical examiner to see if her teeth match up. Because one of them was skull, because my daughter lay in the wood for 9 months. I'm just trying to figure out, how can a total stranger kill a female? Don't know that. He didn't know nothing about her. He didn't know whether she had a child. He didn't know her background. He didn't kill her. My daughter was 19 years old. She had a little boy 3 years old. Now, this was a total stranger. Joseph J. Brown. For what? Now, her girlfriend, Tab. Now, I don't want to say it like this, but I got to say it like this. look, I'm not saying cause my daughter, yeah, she was pretty fine, all that right there. Tab was just all right, but I have lived to learn that a serial killer or whatever kind of killer, they're gonna take somebody worth taking out. So this man killed my daughter, total stranger. He come from Durham, North Carolina. He took my daughter. It's okay. Now, all right, I'm trying to figure out this story right here. And everybody asked me, her girlfriend Tab was rolling the car with her. Now, I wanted to question by Tab, if that's your girlfriend, why would you leave her in the car with a total stranger and you tell me, go by your grandmama's house? I don't know. Could have been a setup, I don't know. But anyway, so Tab saw my daughter and the guy put out the driveway. So Tab said she called Diddy. She said, Diddy, where you at? I'm at the guy's house. Tab said, Diddy, why you at the guy's house? Oh, don't, it's okay. I'll be back in about 10, 15 minutes. So, she never did come back. I was there. So now, Tab calling me saying, Miss Sharon, did Dee come home? You roll with, I don't know. No, she's not here. And I know that my daughter, she had a little boy, 3 years old. She love her baby. She will never stay out that long. She would never left there. So now, after that, 9 months, the deacon of the church, on Foot Industrial, the deacon of the church called me. And I had to say, you know what the deacon of the church told me? He said he went, Papa Spring Baptist Church. He said, on reason why he found out, they went out to serve. Okay, it was a church right here, then it was some woods right there, and he said he wanted to survey their land. So he said he went back there. He said, I know I saw some remains, but I thought maybe a horse or a dog had died. But when I saw the skull, and my daughter had a gold tooth with her initial D in it, because they called it Diddy. He knew it was a human. That man called me. He told me, he said, when he went down, he saw that. He went and called police at the church. He said they had so many helicopters up there, police lined up. Deacon Farmer, he passed away. I said, Deacon Farmer, he said, and he couldn't believe it. And then my stepmom had a guy that used to be a handyman in the house. We had already went on there. The same place, them wood, the church right here, then the picnic area, then the woods right there. We had already went there, but they had barbed wire. Barbed wire was like this. We couldn't get through. Neil, he went in the back side of the church. I guess God didn't want me to see that, because she was there then. She was there. And we went there, we didn't find her. But Deacon Farmer, when them remains, that man put my daughter in the wood for 9 months, total stranger. Cause you know why? Because Tab, her girl, now I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm gonna keep it real. Now I'm not saying because it's my daughter. Yeah, my daughter look good. Yeah, she pretty. She was pretty than me. Now Tab went out there. So in my heart, this is what I feel. I don't care what nobody say. The situation I'm dealing with, my child, yeah, she look good. She look better than me. Big, thick, all this right here. But Tab, they couldn't touch her. So a killer, he gonna take out something that worth taking out. So that's what he did. He took out something that worth taking out. And then, I got the investigation tape. I got all that. He said, it was consensual. Because see, that man on sexual assault, plenty of women up there in North Carolina. He somebody took something out. He took out, and he said, she asked me to take her home, and I took her home. You a lie. You didn't. I'm going to get my daughter. I know my child. I give her a benefit of the doubt. If she did have sex with him, she won't finna have sex with him. If she did, I don't think. Nigga probably raped her, whatever. And he put my daughter, he laid my daughter in the wood for 9 months. Total stranger. How can you do that? You don't know her family. You ain't kill her. But she had a kid now. Because I don't know what it is. Excuse me. But anyway, that's what happened. I've been I'm telling like it is.
Okay.
Okay. So it's my feelings coming out now. The medical examiner said she was charged. But wait, before we get to that, let me tell you, the deacon of the church, when they had, you're not familiar with old Cascade Road, they had Horses Ranch right there. They closed down, there's some wood. That man, and the church was right here, and the picnic area. That man, okay, the deacon of the church called me, Deacon Farmer. He said, he told me to come. I said, me and sit on the bench, he told me. He went to survey his land. He said, cause you know, a decomposed body smell real bad. At first he said, he thought it was some dogs or whatever. But he said when he walked down, he saw a skull and a gold tooth. My daughter had a gold tooth with her initial D in. He said, that's a skull. That's a skull. Get what he said. He said, Deacon Palmer said, when he saw that, he said, I went to church, called police. That man told me they had all kind of helicopters in the sky. The police lined up. Now look, when Neil, before he died, we went over there. Cole went over there. They had barbed wire like this, in the woods. I don't know how he get her. I was gonna go. My daughter, she was thick, big girl. That boy was like, probably on the side real Sam. Cause when you're mental, he put in there. I don't know, did he kill her? I don't know, did he kill her before he put in there? But we had went over there. Cause we went over there. Me and my stepmom, we didn't see it. Maybe God didn't want me to see it. It was remains. Wasn't that but her skull and her, we ain't had no funeral. I haven't had no justice. You know what I'm saying? They gave him 25 years. He high. Partners in parole. Kira, his name. They had a program where you can go talk to him face to face. When I went to his house, this one time I talked to him, right? So, when you sign up for that program, a lady gonna come out, she came into my house and asked me what I got to say to him. And they got to talk to him, what he had to ask me. But you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. I just called. At first he was in Audrey Medical Prison. Now he in Beer. This was in Fayetteville. You know what? This right here is this was my child I birthed. I had for 19 years, right? So I just can't understand how a total stranger man kill a female. Don't know her last name, don't know nothing. How you do that? Only thing he said, on the what do you call that tape? Yeah. He said, I took her home. But you know what? Let me just say it right here. I'm saying from my heart. Let me tell you something. I'm 65 years old. I don't live a long time and know how men and women do. I've been abused with men, but let me tell you something. My daughter was 19 years old. She was a little boy. This man a total stranger. Tell you something. No, yeah, I thought about it. I have a claustrophobia. I don't want to be locked down. But let me tell you something. But that's my child. She gave my belly. She gave my me. And my blood would run through her blood. He killed a part of me. I ain't gonna never be the same no more. Okay, this right here. But I can't understand this man, Joseph J. Brown. you killed my daughter. You came from North Carolina to Atlanta. I'm saying, this shit, excuse me, it hurt me. Deep down in my soul, in my heart, because she came from me for another total stranger. So, I don't understand. I don't know what it is. Why? Then man, I'm saying, how you put a total stranger, female, in the woods, you lay for 9 months? This right here. This is, this man put my daughter in the woods for 9 months. I'm going to get real deep with this right now. My daughter lay in the woods for 9 months. About 3 weeks ago, I was asleep, and I woke up, I'm asleep. And I jumped up, and when I jumped up, I saw a flash in front of me. That ain't never happened to me. She been dead. It's in 2001. How many years ago? 2001. I've been go see a psychiatrist because that's the first time I ever did that. 3 weeks. I woke up, I saw it like this, and then she went away. My God, that's my first time. That's my first time going through that. This is deep in my soul. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm in pain. Let me tell you something. But you know what? Pain bring around change. When that happen right there, you know, I come around. It's deep. I deal with it, and I go home, and get what? It's still there. It gonna never go away. I'm gonna take it to my grave. I'm gonna take it to my grave, boo. This man right here, you killed my dog for no reason. You ain't know her last name, boo. I'm gonna tell you something. We was all bullied. I was bullied when I was in high school. My dog was bullied too. Girl, cause yeah, I'm just saying like this. It is what it is. Yeah, she was thick, big-legged, fine, all like this, pretty. Hey, I had the same thing with me when I was growing up. Yeah, I was bullied. My dog was bullied. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was bullied. Honey, baby, I was bullied. I'm just saying, but now, her son, DeMarco, I raised him at 3 years old. I had some issues with him, but DeMarco just recently, look. I don't know, I ain't gonna say it. He don't feel the same way that I feel because I had more time with her than he did. That what he told me. DeMarco is her grandson, her son, my grandson. He was 3 years old. He said, the way he told me, oh God, he said, the way you feel about that situation with my mama, because you had more time with her than I did. I said, oh really? Let me tell you something. Me, my son Rico, her son DeMarco, he 28. He was 3 years old. I sit back and talked to him. I said, DeMarco, you know what he told me? He said, I don't feel the way you feel because you had more time with her than I did. But look, that ain't have nothing to do with it. It's still your mama. I'm your grandmama. He said, you ain't know. You know what? Let me tell you something. They don't know either. Okay, one thing about Rico and my grandson. Well, that's your sister, that's your mama. But they say, cause they didn't got nothing to do with it. She came with me, but you still kid. That's your mama, DeMarco. When Mother's Day came, I said, look, don't give me no flowers. Put flowers in your mama's grave. Her birthday coming November 15th. We're gonna do a balloon release. I call Rico. But you know, Rico is just like, he quiet, low key. I don't understand, but I'm not worried about it. That's mine, but that's your sister. But see, all men don't do for their family like other folks do. See what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna tell you something about men. It be in there, but he ain't been let you feel what he feeling. He do it other ways. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not trying. I'm gonna tell you the real deal. I'm a psychologist by nature. I know shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, he say that men mostly they hold shit. Excuse me, they hold stuff in. They hurt. I know they are, but a man ain't finna bring it out. He ain't finna say, oh, you know, they hold shit in. Okay, they ain't finna tell you how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Let them do what they do. I told them go clean her grave out. When I had my car, I cleaned her grave out. I did everything, but they don't do that. Let go. Let go bathroom. Let go. Let's go right back. I'm sorry. Oh no. Let's start right here and we'll just take this up with another time because that's it for right now.
In summary, Demetria Denise Hill vanished the same day she met a stranger at a gas station and hung out with him. When Demetria didn't return home after 3 to 4 days, her mother, Sharon Williams, filed a missing persons report. Sharon also did some digging and got a few leads, of which she turned over to APD. APD followed up on the lead, tracked down the suspect, Joseph Brown, and questioned him, at which time he denied having anything to do with Demetria's disappearance. With no strong evidence, they couldn't arrest him. Then a few months go by, and Sharon went to the suspect's house by herself and confronted him. And again, he denied having anything to do with Demetria's disappearance. But by Sharon confronting Joseph, that led to the police bringing him in for questioning again. Even though he denied having anything to do with Demetria's disappearance, he did say they had rough sex and then he dropped her off at home. But again, with no hard evidence, they had to let him go. Then 9 months after the month Demetria disappeared, a deacon found some remains, charred and mutilated, in the woods behind his church that turned out to be Demetria's remains. They still didn't have enough to charge the suspect Joseph Brown with Demetria's death. The case went cold until June 29, 2003, when the suspect was arrested for attempting to strangle his then girlfriend. While in custody, Joseph was questioned about Demetria's death this time, which he still denied having anything to do with. However, he did say he may have assaulted her, but he didn't kill her. And lo and behold, the then girlfriend ended up dropping the charges and bailed Joseph out of jail. And once again, Joe is in the wind. It wasn't until January 2004 when they decided to charge Joseph Brown with Demetria's death, which he still denied. Even though Joseph Brown had 4 prior convictions for attempted strangulation in North Carolina, his co-worker saying he'd missed 2 days of work following Demetria's disappearance and had scratches on his face when he did return to work. His family even said they tried to get help for him after he tried to strangle his own brother when they were little, and even his then girlfriend that had him arrested for trying to strangle her agreed to testify on Demetria's behalf. The state still ended up offering him a plea deal to only serve 25 years in prison, not for the murder of Demetria, but for the admission of assaulting her. Joseph Brown's sentence began May 16, 2005, which means he's due to be released within the next 5 years or so. And on that note, I advise everyone to stay safe, stay prayed up, and be cautious about who you come in contact with. It's some real deal monsters amongst us. So remember, everything that glitters is not gold. And even then, gold is not what it's cracked up to be.